God bless America. Hello, everybody. I am the Talk Radio Protege. This is the Protege program. Thank you so much for joining me. It is Friday. We're almost to the weekend. It's become a pretty pleasant day in my neck of the woods. I'm looking forward to a great weekend. I hope that you all are as well. So the big news of the day, at least the news that I think ought to be big of the day, is a memo from the House Intelligence Committee that is being debated on whether or not should be released to the public. There's been a Twitter hashtag trending ever since early this morning, and the only people that are covering it is Fox News. It hasn't been trending whatsoever. For that reason, I think it has not made it to the Drudge Report page. Nobody's talking about it except for Fox News. And one other person. All the way back on October 25th, 2017, there was a guy on YouTube that said that Russia meddling was Obama's Watergate. If you can't remember who that is, go look at my channel. Go back to my old videos. Go look. And on October 25th, 2017, and you will see the video so titled, wherein we detailed all of the things that had been uncovered at the time, and it appears that we're just getting more evidence that, in fact, the investigation into Trump ties with Russia was not only a political attack by the president's administration against his political opponent, but was also a cover-up move to push farther into the background the scandals about Secretary Clinton's time at the State Department that had been that were being uncovered. Now, to recap, just to put everything into perspective, everything that we're thinking about today, the Clintons used the State Department to enrich themselves. In one particular instance, they did so by selling United States uranium deposits to Russia through a Canadian front organization that had been acquired by the Russian government. The Clinton Global Initiative received donations from this Canadian Front organization, and the former President Bill Clinton received directly payment in the form of speaking fees from the Russian government. During the time that this transfer was taking place and that these exchanges in funds were taking place, the Obama FBI, headed at the time by Robert Mueller, was aware that the Russian government was in the midst of a bribery scheme of the United States State Department, and they did nothing about it. They sat on the info. They didn't make any moves against any of the players or the suspects. They didn't even publish the information until 2015, well after Secretary Clinton had left the office, and they disclosed the information in such a manner that it was extremely quiet and was not talked about. After the 2016 election, the Obama FBI, now under the leadership of James Comey, a very close friend of Robert Mueller, began to investigate the Trump campaign's ties to Russia. The team that was employed by the FBI was very similar to the team that was in charge of investigating the Uranium One transfers, the United States uranium sales, and the Russian bribery scheme. Now, today, or this week, I guess I should say, a House Intelligence Committee memo may document FBI abuses of the FISA court in the pursuit of a warrant to spy on the Trump campaign. One thing to know about the FISA court, they've been known by everybody in D.C. since their inception as a rubber stamp organization. You go to the FISA court, you have a modicum of evidence that the warrant they will give you is valid and within the law, and they won't give it a second thought. They'll rubber stamp the investigation, give you the warrant, and you go and spy on whoever you want. This is the FISA court. And after all of these revelations, remember, the big revelations came out way back in October. Now we're just getting more evidence that perhaps previous House Intelligence Committees have documentation of the Obama FBI abusing the FISA court, and only one mainstream media network or television media network is covering this story, and that is Fox News. Back in October, to my recollection, the only coverage that the mainstream media was giving to the details that were coming out was to poo-poo the revelations, was to say that it was no big deal. And I just realized I got a little bit ahead of myself. Here's the Fox News article that you can still go and read. A little bit of detail from this article. It's being described by lawmakers as shocking, troubling, alarming. One representative in particular said this is KGB level stuff. One representative said he wished that he hadn't read the memo so that he didn't have to believe that these kinds of things were happening in America. One thing that I thought it was interesting was that Fox News cited a source that said the memo details the Intelligence Committee's oversight work for the FBI and the Justice Department, including the controversy over unmasking and FISA surveillance. Remember, unmasking is what happened when Mr. I can't think of his name. What's his name? The security guy that Trump fired before he even assumed his position. Flynn. Unmasking has to do with Michael Flynn. He was the guy that was unmasked by that lying, two-faced, no good person whose name now escapes me. I think it's Susan something. But she appeared on the Sunday shows lying about... Wow, a lot of names are escaping me this afternoon. Lying about the State Department's handling of the consulate being attacked. She appeared on Sunday shows after the unmasking stuff was revealed to say that she leaked, quote, nothing to nobody. In addition, we have FISA surveillance. As I said, the FISA court is where you go to get your, basically your spying warrants. And this is the court that rubber stamps everything. This is the court that the Obama FBI would have had to go through to legally spy on the president's campaign. And I would like to ask you, let me know in the comments what you think about this. Is the mainstream media, in particular the left wing of the mainstream media, complicit in the FBI's gross mishandling and perhaps even illegal investigation and spying on the president's campaign, the president's transition team? Is the left media complicit in those actions by refusing to cover these revelations and these events, especially considering that they hammer literally any crumb about the president's alleged Russian ties, and they will not touch the Obama and Clinton Russian ties with a 35.5-foot pole. That's going to do it for this video. I know it was short. I hope that you enjoyed it, and we'll come back again with us on Monday. Make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that you don't miss a single video. When we come back next week, I'm sure there'll be a lot to talk about. The government might shut down over the weekend, so I'm sure there will be a lot of news to cover come Monday. But as soon as this video is over, just unplug, enjoy your weekends, and we'll get back together again on Monday. Until then, have a fantastic weekend. Good night, and God bless.